Good evening, everyone. Welcome to MJ's Maths and Stats. That's MJ Magic Studio to you. And in this session, every night, 9 o'clock, I'm here on the channel along with you to solve previous years, previous terms, DCS, Ninja, and digital on campus questions along with you. Since this examination is going to knock your door very soon, so be with us every night 9 o'clock 9 p.m. and solve few questions. Hope it will help you out during your examination. On this note, let's begin now. Tim and Alan are 90 kilometers away from each other. Tim and Alan. They start to move towards each other and they are 90 kilometers away simultaneously. Tim at a speed of 10 and Alan at a speed of 5 kilometers per hour. If every hour they double their speed, that means after 1 hour his speed will become 20, then his speed will become 40, Alan's speed will become after 1 hour 10, then after 1 hour his speed will become 20 and so on. What is the distance that Tim will pass until he met Alan? Here we see that the speeds of Tim and Alan both are increasing in same proportion. That means they are doubling it up. That means the speed ratio will remain same as the ratio in the beginning. That would be 2:1. So till the time they meet, the speed ratio would be 2:1 only. Therefore, the distance traveled by both of them ratio will also be 2:1 because we know that speed and distance are directly proportional to each other. More speed, higher the distance traveled in the given time. So speed of Tim and speed of Alan is in ratio 2:1. Distance traveled will be also in the ratio 2:1. Now it is asked that what is the distance traveled by Tim? That is D1. D1 would be 2 by 2 plus 1, that is 2/3 of the total distance. That is 60 kilometer. Tim will travel 60 kilometer and Alan will travel 30 kilometer at the point where they meet each other. Option B fits in. The prime factorization of integer n is given as a into b into c, where a, b, c are all distinct prime integers. Then how many factor does n have? We can write n as a square into b to the power 1 into c to the power 1. Now we know the format for number of factors. Number of factors will be power plus 1 into power plus 1 into power plus 1. That is 2 plus 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 1. That is 3 into 2 into 2, 4 into 3 is 12. This number will have 12 different factors, including 1 and the number itself. So, yes, option A fits in. In a rectangular coordinate system, what is the area of a triangle whose vertices have the coordinates this? Suppose the coordinates are x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3. Then we have the formula directly to find the area of the triangle. That is given by half of x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. We can use this. So area would be half into, that is 4 into 3 plus 3 plus 6 into minus 3 minus 0, and then plus 6 again, 6 into 0 minus 3. So that would be half into 6 into 4 is 24 minus 18 minus 18, since this is mod, as area is always positive, half into 36 minus 12 would be 36 minus 24 would be 12. In the remaining, that would be 6 square units area. That fits in option A. But sometimes, in spite of using this formula straight away, if we can plot in the coordinates and let us see that what kind of triangle it is. It is 4 0 4 0, then we have 6 3 1 2 6, and here would be 3, suppose this is 6 3, and then 6 minus 3 will go straight away here, 6 minus 3 in the fourth quadrant. So this is the triangle we have. So we can see that this is the height of the triangle, that is from like 4 0 2, and this is the point 6, so it has to be 6 0. That means height of the triangle is 6 minus 4, that is 2 units, and this length is from 0 to 3 3 units, and 0 to minus 3, that is again 3 units. That means base is 6 units. So area of this triangle equals half into base into height, that will give straight away 6 square units. So feed in the formula or drop the actual diagram on the coordinate system and check out for the answer. Option A fits in 6 square units. There are 10 stepping stones numbered 1 to 10 as shown in the picture. A fly jumps from the first stone as follows. Every minute it jumps to the fourth stone from where it started. That is, from first it will go to fifth. Then after, in next minute, from fifth it will go to ninth. And then from ninth it would go to third. That means circular fashion. 1, then 2, 3, 4, third, and so on. Where would the fly be at the 60th minute if it start at 1? Okay, so if it start at 1, at the 0th minute it is at 1. It will be at 5th at the end of the first minute. Then 5 plus 4, 9 at the end of the second minute. Then 9 to third, it is given at 3 at the end of third minute. Now 3 plus 4 is 7. So it will be at 7 at the end of fourth minute. Now from 7, 8, 9, 10, again back to 1. Again back to 1 at the end of fifth minute. So that means at the end of 6th minute, 7th minute, this is the order in which it will keep on moving. 8, 9, 10. At the end of 10th minute, it will be again at the starting point. Now the question is, the fly would be at the end of 60th minute. So 5, 10, 68 will fall here, obviously. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 68, 60 is divisible by 5, remainder is 0. So the fly would be at step number 1 at the end of the 60th minute if it starts at 1. So where would the fly be at the 60th minute? It would be at the step 1, that is in option A. A father purchases dress for his 3 daughters. The dresses are of same color but of different size. The dress is kept in dark room. What is the probability that all the 3 will not choose their own dress? Now, if we go by the logic building, we have got 3 dresses and 3 people. So in how many ways they can take up their dresses is simply factorial 3, that is 6 ways. Let the 3 daughters be A, B, C, then how they are going to select their dresses or pick up their dresses? A, B, C, or A, C, B, B, A, C, BCA or CAB, CBA. Now out of these 6 cases, in how many of the cases AF selected his own dress? Gone. AF selected own dress. BF selected his own dress here. Gone. CF selected his own dress here. Gone. Now we look at these 2 cases. AF selected B's dress, BF selected C dress, and CF selected A's dress. That means no one has selected their own dress. In this case also, AF picked up C's, BF picked up A's, and CF picked up B's. That means in this case also, no one has selected their own dress. So what is the probability that all 3 will not choose their own dresses? The required probability is 2 favorable cases divided by 6 cases. That is 1 by 3 straight away. Now, instead of doing this reasoning based building, if there are 4 or 5 or 6 people and the same question is given, then it won't be that easy for us to frame up all the cases and solve it. In that case, what we do, we use the concept of factorial. This is factorial n. We use the concept of subfactorial. Answer would be subfactorial n divided by factorial n. If there are 3 people, and what is the probability that all the 3 will not choose their own dress? Or if there are n people, what is the probability that all n people will not choose their own place? Would be subfactorial n divided by n factorial. Now, what is subfactorial n? Subfactorial n is given by factorial n into 1 by factorial 0 minus 1 by factorial 1 plus 1 by factorial 2 till minus 1 by factorial 3 till 1 by factorial n. So if we use this, what we'll get? Factorial 3 into 1 by 0 minus 1 by 1, this is factorial 0, that will be 1, plus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 6 divided by factorial 3. Cancel out, 1, 1 cancel out, answer is half minus 1 by 6, LCM 6, 3 minus 1, 2 by 6 will give 1 by 3 straight away. So this formula is quite helpful when we have n more than 3, and in that case it would be advisable to use this concept only. Factorial n divided by n factorial. Factorial n means de-arrangements. How many ways they are not arranged properly, and factorial n is number of arrangements, all arrangements. Option B fits in. NHAI employs 100 men to build a highway of 2 kilometers in 50 days, working 8 hours a day. Okay, this is the contract. If in 25 days, they have completed 1/3 of the part, 1/3 of the part would be 2 by 3 kilometer, employing 100 men and working at 8 hours. This is what they have done. Then how many more employees should NHAI hire? Let the employee required is M, to finish it in time. Time left is only 25 days, and the work left is 2 minus 2/3. That means 2/3 of 2, that is 4 by 3 kilometer work is left. Working 10 hours a day, now hours time is increased. Now if we compare these two, then the set of efficiency would be same. We can use our masala formula. M1 D1 H1 MDH masala formula divided by W1 is M2 D2 H2 by W2 MDH. So 100 into 25 into 8 by 2/3 equals M into 25 into 10 by 4/3. This will go 2 times, 25 is out, this gone. So M would be 8 into 2, 16 into 10, 160. So number of additional men required would be 160 minus 100. That is 60 more men are required to complete the work on time. That is in option B. MDH masala concept is an hit as the masala is. A mixture of 125 gallons of wine and water, 125, contains 20% water. How much water must be added? Water is added to the mixture in order to increase the percentage of water to 25% of the new mixture. Okay, so water initially was 125, 20%, that is 25. If water is added, then total volume becomes 125 plus x. Now this percentage is equals to 25% as this is given. So we will have 25 plus x upon 125 plus x equals 1 by 4. 100 plus 4x is 125 plus x. 3x is 25. X equals 8. 1 by 3 gallons. Yes, gallons. That is 8.33. Option D fits in. If you want to increase up your speed, you can follow butterfly diagram also and tadpoles to solve this question. There is a link given in the description. On 1st August, the entire jungle rule 6 is coming up. Stay connected with us at the channel and do watch how beautiful the butterfly and the jumping frogs tadpoles can be used to solve these kind of questions. But basics is always fair enough to get the answer. 8.33 gallons. Side of a square is 10 centimeter. We have a square. After joining the midpoints of all sides, makes an inner square. Again a square would be developed. Okay, it is a square actually. So this side would be 5, 5, 5. The side of the inner square would be 5 root 2. Because it is x, x, then hypotenuse is x root 2. And this process goes on. Again, we will have a square inside it. Then this side would be, this is like 5 root 2, half of 5 root 2 into root 2. That means it would be 5 again. Now find the sum of perimeter of all the squares. Okay, so the outer square perimeter is 4 into 10 plus inner square perimeter would be, side is 5 root 2, 4 into 5 root 2 plus then the side becomes 5, 4 into 5, and on and on and on, and it will goes up to infinity. You see that we'll get an infinite GP series. If I take common 4 into 5, 20. Let's take 20 common. So it would be 2 plus root 2 plus 1 and on. We'll get an infinite GP series where this portion I'm talking about. First term is 2 and common ratio is root 2 by 2, that is 1 by root 2. Yes, 2 into 1 by root 2 will give root 2 into 1 by root 2 is 1 and so on. And sum of infinities is given by a upon 1 minus r. That is 2 upon 1 minus 1 by root 2. That would be 2 root 2 upon root 2 minus 1. And if I rationalize this, root 2 minus 1 into root 2 plus 1 would be 2 minus 1, that is 1. So it would be 2 into 2, 4 plus 2 root 2 and need to be multiplied by 20. So sum of all perimeters would be 20 into 4 plus 2 root 2, that would be 80 plus 40 root 2. That should be the answer. It should be sum of these two actually. 80 plus 40 root 2, none of the above fits in. Now there is a simple formula straight away if you want to remember that if any such of these questions are asked, then sum of the perimeters is always equals to p root 2 into root 2 plus 1, where p is the perimeter of the outer square. Formula is straight away, if you can remember, it is p root 2 into root 2 plus 1. Here p is 40. 40 root 2 into root 2 is 80 plus 40 root 2. That is what we have also derived. It has to be p root 2 into root 2 plus 1. There is an equilateral triangle whose area is A. Okay. Another triangle is formed by joining the midpoints. That means now the area of this triangle would be A by 4, because when we join the midpoints of an equilateral triangle, all these triangles area remains same, are all divided into 4 equal areas. So this particular small triangle's area would be A by 4, 1/4 of A. And this process continues. Now again you are joining the midpoints. So this particular would be 1/4 of this, 1/4 of A by 4. So its area would be A by 16. And on and on and on. Find the sum of these area. This will again, we will get an infinite GP series like A plus A by 4 plus A by 16. As we can see, we have again an infinite GP format where first term is A and common ratio is 1 by 4. So this total would be A upon 1 minus R. That would be 4A upon 4 minus 1 is 3. So total sum of areas of these triangle form would be 4A by 3 square units. 4A by 3 fits in option A. A natural number have exactly 10 divisors, including 1 and itself. And how many distinct prime factors this natural number will have? We know that suppose if n is equals to p1 to the power a1 into p2 to the power a2 into p3 to the power a3 and on, where p stands for the prime factors, the number of factors including 1 and itself is given by a1 plus 1 into a2 plus 1 into a3 plus 1 and on and on. Now it's given that number of factors are 10. That means a1 plus 1 into a2 plus 1 into a3 plus 1 whatever is equals to 10. So if a1 plus 1 is equals to 10, a1 plus 1 into a2 plus 1 is equals to 10. I'm trying to just devise that how many types of 10s we can get. Can we have 10 here? Can I have a1 plus 1 equals to 10? Yes. Then a1 will be equals to 9. That means n can be equals to p to the power 9. Any number which is p to the power 9 will have 10 divisors. Fair enough. But p would be 1. Now again, if I consider the second situation, is it possible? Yes, 10 can be written as 10 into 1. But again, this a2 will become 0. We'll go back to our previous case. Let's cancel it. Can I write this as 5 into 2? Yes. That means a1 plus 1 is equals to 5. Then a1 is 4. We can have p1 to the power 4 into a2 plus 1 is 2, then a2 is 1 into p2 to the power 1. This number will also have 10 factors. Any number of the form p1 to the power 4 into p2 to the power 1 will also have 10 divisors. Now, can we have 10 written as product of 3 numbers? It can be 1 into 10 or 1 into 2 into 5. But we know that we can't take 1. As soon as we start taking a1 plus 1 as 1, a1 becomes 0, then we are back to our previous case. That means only these two cases are possible. N is equals to p to the power 9. That means 1 prime factor possible. And n equals to p1 to the power 4 into p2 to the power 1. That means 2 distinct prime factors are possible. So how many distinct prime factor of this natural number will have? It may be either 1 or 2. Option A fits in.